Namaste, friends, and welcome. I have a 20 to 25 minute practice for you. Thank you for joining me. If you don't have a yoga mat, feel free to use a beach towel, a blanket, anything you might have around the house. And if you're working on a carpet, that's perfect. You don't need anything else. If you don't have a yoga block, go ahead and grab an old pillow or maybe even a beach towel that you can roll up. So you can use the pillows, towels, or blocks to help prop up your hips, your knees if they happen to be tight. From your comfortable seat, find a soft gaze and maybe even work to close your eyes. Let's go ahead and place one hand on the heart and the other hand on the belly. And start breathing in and out. Just breathing as you normally would. And notice the sensations of your body as you breathe in and out. And notice where you might be holding any tension. Release the effort to hold your body in a certain way and just acknowledge where your body is. Accept where your body is. On your next breath, I want you to breathe in through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. Again, breathe in through the nose. Feel your belly and your chest rise. Exhale, let it go. Breathe in and sigh out. And working to find a steady breath, a steady cadence of your breath. So if it's easier for you at this point to continue breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, go ahead and do that. If you can breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose as well, finding your Ujjayi breath. Take the tip of your tongue and place it on the roof of your mouth just behind your teeth and gently constrict the back of your throat. Softly close your lips and imagine you're fogging up a mirror in front of you. And slowly start to come back to your normal breath. And take this moment to maybe set an intention for your practice. Maybe there's the goal you're working towards for this practice, or maybe even towards the year, the day, or the week. ready, blink your eyes open. Let's find a nice long spine and place our hands on top of our thighs. As you inhale, tuck your chin to your chest. And as you exhale, lift your heart, lift your chest, take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Stretching out the back of your neck. Always go to your range of motion. Inhale, tuck chin to chest. And as you exhale, take the gaze up to the ceiling. One more time. Inhale, tuck chin to chest. And exhale, gaze up towards the ceiling. One more time. And work your way back to neutral spine. And work the right ear down towards the right shoulder from here. If you'd like, you can stay here. You can take that right hand to the side of your head and gently guide the ear down. And check to make sure you're taking the ear down to the shoulder and not the shoulder up to the ear. And on your next breath, release, come back to neutral spine, and we'll take the other side, left ear down towards your left shoulder. And maybe that hand comes to the side of the head, gently guiding the ear down to the shoulder. Inhale, come back through neutral, releasing the hands. Tuck your chin to your chest again. And then just take some half circles with the chin tucking to the chest and just moving your head from side to side. Start small, and when it feels right for your body, if it feels right, you can take them into full circles. And when you're ready, go ahead and reverse direction of your circle. Coming back to neutral spine from here. Letting your fingertips gently graze the earth. Hands down next to your hips. Find that nice long spine as we inhale, reach the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And as you exhale, release, link your breath to your movement here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take your gaze to follow if you can. Palms can come together or hands can stay shoulder distance. And exhale, release. Good, again, inhale, reach the arms up. Find length in your spine, and as you exhale, hinge from your hips, lead with your heart. Take a forward fold, seated forward fold. Let your hands fall wherever they need to be today. So if you are here, stay here. You can shorten the distance between yourself and the floor. You can place a block in front of you. Let your hands fall there. Use your breath to help guide you and to help you get deeper into the posture. So with every inhale, breathe, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, maybe you can walk your hands just a little bit further out. And stay grounded in your sits bones. If you feel your hips pop off the mat, go ahead and walk your hands a little bit closer to your body. It's okay to do less. It's okay to use blocks and props to support yourself. And from here, walk your hands over towards the right side of your body. Create space between the tops of your fingers and your left hip. Keep the left hip grounded. Again, so if it pops up, walk your hands a little bit closer to your body. And if you're using a block, move the block along with you. On your next breath, walk the hands back through center. Now go towards the left side. Create space between the tops of your fingers and your right hip this time. Feel the stretch, the right side of your body. And on your next breath, walk your hands closer to your body, towards center, and walk your hands back up to meet your body. Reverse the forward fold. I'll turn so you can follow along. Take your hands behind you. Use your hands as a kickstand. Open up your chest, open up your shoulders. Gaze can go up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to use the block or your pillow or blanket to help shorten the distance if you need it. And if you'd like a little bit more, go ahead and interlace your hands behind you. This will intensify the stretch in your chest and your shoulders. So only be here if it feels right for your body. Go ahead and release. And finding that nice long spine again. Let's make our way into neutral tabletop. If your knees are sensitive, you are welcome to stay seated here. You can take your cat and cow stretches seated. As you inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine, and hollow out the belly, hollow out the navel here. And as you exhale, lift your heart, lift your chest. This is your back bend. This is your cow. Inhale, rounding spine, making like a cat. And then lifting your heart open, taking your cow here. So you can stay here. You can make your way into neutral tabletop, coming onto all fours. Hands should be shoulder distance and knees are hips distance. You spread your fingers nice and wide, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath your hips. If you need a little bit more space today, recognizing that not all bodies are the same, you can take your hands a little bit further wider. You can take your knees a little bit wider as well. Cat and cow from here, we inhale, we drop our belly button and send the tailbone to the sky, look up for your cow. Your back bends here. And as you exhale, round your spine, hollow out your belly, and separate your shoulder blades. Look towards your navel. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale. And exhale. We'll try that a few more times. Your own breath, your own counts. And then we come back to neutral spine. From here, walk your hands towards the outer edges of your mat. Reach for the top of your mat. Keep your hips nice and high here for extended puppy dog pose or half down dog. So you'll notice that my hips will stay high and I invite my forehead and my chest to melt into the mat. Always shorten the distance between yourself and the floor if you need it. So go ahead and place that block underneath your forehead. This is one of my favorite stretches for tight shoulders. On your next breath, let's go ahead and walk the hands back to neutral tabletop, making sure wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. The left arm will anchor you from here. We take our right arm and sweep the right arm and right shoulder open. Sweep that right arm underneath the left. Work your right cheek and the right shoulder down to the mat or to the top of your block. The left arm can stay where it is. You can walk it towards the top of your mat. You can lift it up into the air, or you can work into a half bind, work it towards the crease of the right hip. And know that if it's somewhere in the middle, that is okay. We just work the hand in that direction. Now if you're in that half bind, go ahead and release the half bind. Take that left arm and plant it down on the mat. Let it anchor you and support you. Sweep your right arm and right shoulder open again. And then return the right hand back to tabletop. Preparing for the other side. The right arm will anchor you this time. We sweep the left arm and left shoulder open. And take that left arm, sweep it underneath the right. Left cheek works down to that block or to your pillow or to your mat. The right arm can either stay where it is or you can walk it towards the top of your mat. You can take it up into the air. You can take it behind your back. Work it towards the crease of your left hip this time. And breathe. Okay, one more full breath cycle here. Release that half bind if you're there. Plant the right hand down, use it to help support you as you push yourself up. Sweep the left arm, left shoulder open again. And then return the left hand back down to the mat so you're in neutral tabletop. Working on a little bit of core strength and balance here. Your core is really important to your balance. A strong core means strong low back, strong hips. It's all related. So from neutral tabletop, I will adjust myself a bit. Coming into spinal balance. Extend the right leg long and push into the ball of the right foot. And then shift back on the ball of that right foot so you're feeling a stretch in your right calf. The wrists remain directly underneath your shoulders here. Just shifting back on the ball of that right foot. Good, and then shift forward. Come back to neutral spine. I'm turning so you can see me here. Staying on that right leg. Take your right leg out to the side. Good, wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. You'll feel a really nice stretch on the inside of that right leg here. My foot is running parallel to the short side of my mat. You can turn that foot out if that feels more comfortable for you. It's also, I feel like it intensifies the stretch on the inside of the leg if the foot is turned out. And this might be enough. Maybe you walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Maybe you work the hip back down to the heel. Inviting your forehead or your chest to melt into the mat or to your blanket or your prop. Coming back to neutral, we'll go ahead and return that right leg. Good. Spinal balance on our left side. Coming to neutral tabletop from here, wrist directly underneath the shoulders. Can extend your left leg long, pull navel to spine. Shift back. So you're stretching out that left calf this time. then shift back to neutral. And take your left leg out to the side. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Maybe stay here, maybe work the hip down towards your heel. Maybe invite your forehead and your chest to melt into your mat. And on your next breath, walk the hands back to neutral. Go ahead and return the knee towards the mat. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Spinal balance on the right side. We'll take this a little bit more into a balancing posture. Extending that right leg long, pushing into the ball of that right foot. Staying here. Maybe you walk the left arm towards the top of your mat. Maybe this is where you stay. Pull navel to spine. Maybe you lift your leg and your arm. That right foot is active as if you're pushing that foot up against the wall. And breathe. Look towards the top of your mat so you're not straining your neck. You're not trying to look up at anything. Good. With control, return the left hand. Return the right knee. Let's take the other side. Left leg extends long. We're pushing into the ball of that left foot. Navel to spine. Right hand walks towards the top of your mat. Maybe you lift the right arm. Maybe you extend the left leg as well. Breathe. And on your next breath, return that right hand, return the left knee. Let's go ahead and find a seat. And if you can, find Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of your feet together. Not forcing the hips or the knees or the thighs anywhere. Just let them fall to where they need to be, acknowledging where they are, and maybe you make more of a narrow diamond. Inhale, find length in your spine. Pull navel to spine, zipper that up. And then as you exhale, fold towards your feet, your range of motion here. And on your next breath, inhale, re-lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, coming back to neutral spine, extend both legs long. Preparing for Dandasana. Feet are flexed. You take your hands and place them next to your hips. Just gently push the mat and the earth away from you, finding your long spine. Slightly tuck your chin to your chest. Stay here for a few breaths. Because we spend so much time sitting, we lose our good posture when we're sitting. And this is a great posture, a great asana to help you reset your posture. And finding Paschimottanasana from here. As you inhale, find length in your spine, grow tall, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, you can bend your knees slightly if you need it. Your knees don't have to be locked. We hinge from our hips, so we don't round forward as we fold. We grow tall, lead with our heart, and then fold. And let your hands fall to wherever they need to be. So if they fall next to your calves, your knees, your shins, be there. If you have a prop, you can take your strap or your belt and wrap it on the soles of your feet. Maybe you grab your feet if you have that flexibility. And on your next breath, inhale, re-lengthen your spine, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, lower down. Good. Seated tree pose. Keep the left leg extended long, or Janushirsasana. Left foot is flexed. We take the right foot to your left calf or to the inside of your thigh. Your hips are squared. Take a block or a blanket to help prop up that right knee or the right hip if you need it. Inhale, grow tall, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, lead with your heart and fold over the extended leg. And on your next breath, we inhale, re-lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, lower down. We'll switch legs, seated tree pose or Janushirsasana on the opposite side. So whatever leg you are working on, extend the opposite leg. And know that you can take the bent knee, that foot can go to the calf or the inside of the thigh. The foot that is long is flexed. We want that leg to stay active. By flexing the foot, we prevent a lazy leg and the quad stays active as well. Inhale, find length in your spine, and then as you exhale, hinge from your hips. So we're not rounding, we're leading with our heart, and then folding. And on your next breath, inhale, grow tall again. And as you exhale, release. Gently make your way onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, bend your knees. Good, reach the arms nice and long, taking a nice overhead stretch here. And then as you exhale, lower the arms down. So palms are down, feet are about hips distance, and feet are running parallel to each other. Option one, have your block or your blanket or your pillow slide it underneath your sacrum where the low back and the buttocks meet, and you can stay in supported bridge. You are welcome to take full bridge here. Hands down by your sides, maybe walking your heels just in a little bit so that you can almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift the hips, the back and the buttocks off the mat, quad stay engaged. You can also use the block, place it in between your knees to keep the quads engaged and to keep the knees from splaying out. And on your next breath, go ahead and gently lower down, release. Good, coming right right into the inversion from here. If you have the block or the blanket, again, you'd like to use it here. We'll go ahead and place it again where the sacrum is, where the low back and the buttocks made that triangular spot there. And maybe you just lift your legs up into the air from here. You're welcome to take your legs up the wall. And if at any point this becomes a core workout for you, you don't want the core overactivated and engaged here. That's not the point of a restorative shoulder stand. Go ahead and just lower your feet if you need less. And really see if you can take your legs up the wall. And it's okay if you don't have a block or a prop to just simply lift your legs up into the air. And when you're ready, very carefully lower your feet. And if you can, bring the soles of your feet together. So coming onto Supta Baddha Konasana. And placing one hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. Working to soften your gaze, maybe close your eyes. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest and your belly as you breathe in and out. Release the effort to hold your body. And if at any point this is too much on your hips, you're always welcome to go ahead and lay with your legs extended nice and long. You can bend your knees slightly if you need to as well. And continue the breath. And stay with your breath, and if your mind starts to wander, which is completely normal, you can acknowledge those thoughts, the sounds that you might be hearing now, but you don't have to respond to them. And when you're ready, go ahead and prepare your body for Savasana, laying with your arms and your legs extended nice and long. Feel the connection between the back of your body and your mat, the earth, and allow your body to sink into stillness. Slowly start to bring awareness back into your body. Wiggle fingers and toes. Invite movement into your wrists and into your ankles. And take a nice big overhead stretch when you're ready. And then just very carefully roll over to one side, any side you prefer, coming into fetal position. And check back in with your breath, your body, and your intention if you set one at the beginning of the class. And then carefully push yourself up to seated. If it's comfortable for you, I invite you to bring your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath in and sigh out. Breathe in and sigh out. And on the next one, closing the practice with the sound of Om. If that is not for you, simply breathe it out or simply listen to the vibration of Om as it is all around us. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on until we meet again. And peace and love to you.